Hi, this is Larry Slagle with another executive session of Massillon Magazine. I'm here today with Stark County Commissioner Richard Regula. Richard, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
Good
It's
afternoon.
Hall of Fame weekend, so it's a big weekend for Stark County.
That is definitely true. It's always, and especially with the Green Bay Packer fans. I
Absolutely.
understand the
A lot of-
cheeseheads are invaded in force.
A lot of cheeseheads walking around. Yes, sir.
And that must be, you're a Stark County Commissioner? How
Yes, sir.
long?
I'm in my second term. I served from 2002 to 2006. I lost a very close election in 2006. The county went through some difficult and challenging times from 6 to 10. And then when Janet Creighton and Tom Burnaby showed up as county commissioners in 2010, they really righted the ship along with Peter Ferguson. And Pete Ferguson decided not to run for re-election in 2012. So I always had an interest in coming back. So I ran in 2012 and was successful, and I've enjoyed my last 4 years as a Stark County Commissioner.
Well, tell us what a Stark County Commissioner does.
Well, we do a lot of things. We are the funders for the criminal justice system, the sales tax revenue that comes into Stark County, and that sales tax, which I give Tom and Janet a lot of credit with, and Pete, with passing a 0.5% sales tax, has really been a godsend for the county.
And why is that?
Well, because one, we need the needs for the criminal justice system are there. We needed to get the jail back up to full speed. We need to get the courts back up to full speed. And unfortunately, it's just a need that was there. Some of the things at the jail, we needed to put a new roof on the jail and things like that. So, but that sales tax that was projected to bring in $22 million brought in $29 million last year. And that, to me, is a sign that the economy in Stark County is strong, because people are out spending money, and that's really helped us. And by having that criminal justice sales tax in place, even though that $29 million only funds, we've spent about $42 to $44 million on criminal justice last year, so it funds a big piece of it, but it's freed some money up in the general fund. Out of the general fund comes the auditor, the treasurer, the recorders, all the departments' budgets. We are the appointing authority for jobs and family services. We appoint the dog warden, some of these, with the sanitary engineer. One of the things that over the past 4 years that I've really enjoyed when working with Tom and Janet when it comes to hiring, because we hired 7 out of the 9 department heads, and we took the politics out of it. What we did is we hired the best person possible. We advertised every position, posted every position. We did an exhaustive search, and I don't care if it was the dog warden or the director of jobs and family services. We needed to get the right people in the right places, and it makes my job a lot easier. And we did that. We missed on one of them, but we now have a facilities manager from Massillon, Lee Henderson, who's doing an outstanding job for us and managing all of our facilities. We're fixing roofs. We're fixing the infrastructure of the county, and that's the most important thing I think we do. Is we work with the county engineer on the roads and bridges. We actually have a ditch fund now, so we're doing a lot of drainage projects throughout the county, which were long neglected. We just put an additional $1 million into the drainage fund. We've got 4 local contractors who are doing a good job for us, and so instead of having the county engineer do them, we're hiring local contractors to do them, and we're doing that throughout the county. We're hiring as many local people as we possibly can to fix the roof. We fixed the roof at the jail. We're fixing the roof at the Bow Building. And so,
you're a local guy, right?
I am. I'm born and raised in Bethlehem Township. Still live there. I went to Farrell's High School, and then I graduated from Ohio University, and I came back because I always wanted to work in haul milk for my Uncle John. So I've been working in the milk hauling business since 1979, 1980, and my goal has always been is one, take care of the people, the constituents. I learned a lot of things from my dad.
Yeah, and your dad was a very famous Stark Countyan as well, right?
Yep,
U.S. Congressman for how many years?
36 years.
How's your dad doing? I'm sure the listeners like to know this.
They're doing fine.
Your mom too?
Mom's doing fine too, and they're enjoying their retirement years, and they're still living on the farm, and Dad kind of sometimes I think the politics that's going on now, he kind of just shakes his head and can't believe it, because Dad for 36 years did things the right way, and he worked with both sides of the aisle. He was a very effective legislator. He brought a lot of things back to Stark County because he knew the needs, and the towpath trail is probably his well, he'll tell you it's his greatest accomplishment. And I don't know if you've hiked on the towpath trail.
Many miles.
Yes.
Hiking, running, and biking.
Yeah,
Well, let's bring ourselves back to
Yep.
the commissioner's job. So how often do the commissioners meet?
We meet 3 days a week, basically. We meet Mondays and Tuesdays. We have work sessions at 10 o'clock where we, vet out various issues that are out there. And then on Wednesday is our regular meeting, and that's when we either appropriate or, do transfers and things like that.
And
So
if the public wants to attend, where would that be and what time?
the work sessions are from 10 to 11 in the county office building, or 10 to whenever they end. And then the regular meeting is once again at 110 Central Plaza South, Suite 240, and they're at 1:30 on Wednesday. So come on down. We have a public speech section. We don't cut anybody off, so if you want to come down and speak your mind, feel free to.
What do people normally come in and talk about?
It kind of depends. Some people will come in and they'll have a drainage issue, or some people will come in and maybe have some issues that are out there. But mostly it's just doing county business. So we've really never had this time. We've not really have anything that's really contentious.
Okay.
For the most part, and so we vet, and that's why work sessions are helpful, because you can work through the issues instead of having a long debate, and then when it comes to taking action, that we do it on the Wednesday.
Well, you're one of 3 county commissioners.
I am.
Who are the other 2 currently?
Janet Ware Creighton and David Bridenstine. And David Bridenstine took the appointment when Tom Burnaby got elected mayor of Canton, and that's another thing.
He's just a seat holder right now until the election.
He's a seat holder, because we wanted to take the politics out of it. So what we did is we wanted to find somebody that wasn't running for the position, that would be able to hold the position until a duly elected commissioner is elected. And David Bridenstine has been around the commissioner's office for 36 years. He was legal counsel to them, so he was a perfect pick, and David's doing a good job.
You talked about the 5.5% sales tax. Where else does the money come from to run the various county office buildings?
There's inside millage that comes into the county coffers. There's transfer fees and things like that come through there's investment income that comes through the treasurer's office. So it's a combination of inside millage and then of course the sales tax. But the sales tax we had a $64 million budget, and the sales tax made up $29 million.
So the total budget is $64 million, though. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you talk about $64 million, that's a lot of money, but how much of that is just because of the nature of the county government is almost always accounted for? Meaning like in salaries and office overhead?
I can get you that information. I don't have the breakdown in front of me, but sure, the majority of it's salaries.
It's just like city council, I would imagine. There's not a whole lot of leeway on a lot of it, because you have certain everyday bills that have to be paid.
Right. I mean, yeah, and that's because the focus is obviously on criminal justice, which criminal justice being 42 of that $64 million. There's really not a whole lot of discretionary funds out there. Now, on the employee and the salary side of things, one of the things we've done is we've held the line on pay raises.
Okay.
We've stuck to 2% for the last 3 years, which is, I believe, is extremely fair. They went through years where they did not get any pay raises. We've held all the elected officials and the department heads when it comes to hiring. We didn't put a hiring freeze on, but we said you have to justify each position that you want to add on, because we didn't want, once again, county government to. The good news about when sales tax fails is it makes you got to cut back so much that when you come back out of it, you should learn and only bring back the important positions.
So is the sales tax on forever? Is that a
no? It was an 8-year sales tax. It expires in 2018.
What would your opinion on the renewal, though?
Well, I'm in favor of the renewal, and we're having that conversation now, because one of the big things that Stark County is going to be facing down the road is the radios for our safety forces. And I'll tell you what, George Meyer has done a terrific job out at the sheriff's office. We are getting cooperation amongst all the various departments that are out there. We're consolidating the dispatch. We used to have like 13 dispatch agencies. We're down to basically 4 now, with the Red Center and the sheriff in Canton City, and there's one out in Nemichon Township. So everybody's working together, but Motorola, the 800 radios will go obsolete in like 2019.
Okay.
And so what we want to do is go, and we've had to
for that.
be prepared for that, because there's going to be a $10 to $12 million expenditure that's going to happen throughout, and we think the criminal justice sales tax is a perfect avenue to fund that. And one of the things we want to do is we want to go on the mark system. In the mark system, everybody can talk together. So people might remember when Officer Taylor, in that unfortunate incident, the highway patrol could not talk to Massillon. If you go to the mark system, everyone throughout the state that's on the mark system can communicate with each other. So it's and then sanitary and dog warden and everybody else.
No, everything's not total work. I mean, this must be kind of a fun week for commissioners with the Hall of Fame weekend.
It is.
And what do you get to do as a commissioner that people don't? You have to make appearances.
I do, but I pay for everything.
All right. Well,
So
I wasn't suggesting you were free riding on this.
No, I'm probably going to go to the Gold Jacket dinner tonight. I'll go to the enshrinement on Saturday. Tomorrow night's the concert. We're going to go to the Tim McGraw concert, and so there's a lot of exciting things going on, and it's been kind of fun because David Baker and the whole thing that's going on at the Hall of Fame Village.
Right, that's a pretty exciting time.
It is. It's very, very exciting time, and it's given me I've had some opportunities to meet the Commissioner Roger Goodell, and of course I'm a big believer in what they're doing out there. They're going to have their challenges with the whole financial package, but it's
coming down the pipe. They're going to have to deal with it.
Yep.
Well, what do you look forward to in terms of the next, half dozen years? What's going to face the commissioners to deal with other than the radios?
Well, I think that once again, we're going to have to just continue the infrastructure. We've got to there's some certain areas of the county that are going to need sewered.
No, I was in Canal Fulton the other day, last night, and I saw a bunch of Stark County trucks over there. Are they working on something over there? The engineer's office?
Could be. If it's either the county engineer or the sanitary.
Do you as a commissioner go out and look at these sites as well?
I do.
Do you?
I do. I'm a roads, bridges, and ditch guy, so I love going out and looking at that, because I like that kind of stuff. And I've even like our sanitary sewer. They're doing a process now where it's like an in-place piping. So there's the main sewer line that comes out of Belton Village, which is like 40 or 50 years old because of all the fats, oil, and greases that have gone in it over the years. It's deteriorating.
Right.
Instead of replacing that pipe, they have a system now where they can basically blow fiberglass or plastic inside the pipe, and it's like almost like angioplastic, and then they blow it up like a balloon and seal it internally. And so they don't have to dig all that pipe physically out of the ground. But
it's probably cheaper and less.
Yes, it's
less inconvenience to the public.
Yeah, it's more cost effective. We've done some things. There's Lindsay Concrete has a new precast box culvert, so you can put these box culverts in on a drainage on a ditch and only shut the road down for a week instead of 3 weeks or 4 weeks. So I love that kind of stuff, and I just want to be here and help Stark County grow and continue to grow. We've added 900 hotel rooms. The economy is very strong. But my goal in life, besides getting my youngest son through college, is to finish Route 30. Route 30 there's a 36-mile stretch from Trump Road to Route 11 that needs to be finished, and it's truly a safety issue, but it's an economic development issue, because the oil and gas, the Utica and the Marcellus, sure, it's slowed down, but believe me, it will be back, and when it comes back, there's going to be a tremendous amount of economic activity.
And traffic along that road.
Right. And that's why we need to finish Route 30 now. When the Timkins of the world tell you we can go north, west, and south, but we can't go east economically.
You need to make a change.
Right. And that, by putting that 36-mile billion-dollar road project into this region, it benefits Massillon, Navarre, Canton, and everybody in between, and just the economic investment of that project. And I wish that these presidential candidates would talk about infrastructure. We've got to address the infrastructure not only of the Stark County, but Ohio, but of the United States of America. And you want to create jobs and sustain jobs. It's an infrastructure project.
Hopefully there'll be discussions about that at every level.
Absolutely.
Well, Richard, it's been very pleasurable talking with you. Nice to see you again.
Thank you.
This has been Larry Slagle with another executive session of Massillon Magazine with Richard Regula, Stark County Commissioner, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you.